All right. Good evening. At this time, we have Auburn University on the dais, starting with head coach, Coach Myers, student-athlete Casey Cooper, Carly Wallace, Jade Rose, Maddie Gibson, and Kaylee Carlson. Coach, we'll start with general comments about the game, and then we'll open it up for questions.
I couldn't be prouder of a bunch of ladies that sit to the right and the ones that are not here. They did a phenomenal job. It wasn't as pretty as we would have liked, wasn't as easy as we would have liked, but I think you saw the fight. I think you saw the heart. They beat a very talented, very good Florida State team that's great talent and great coaching. So I am extremely proud of the Auburn softball team, and I think I'll stop there.
All right. Just raise your hand, name, affiliation, and who the question's from. We'll start back here.
Casey, I think this game's going to be remembered for the home runs and the game-winning, at bat there at the end. But your bare hand play to save a run in the first inning, Victoria's diving catch, that's really what almost saved the game for you guys.
What was your question?
Yeah. What was that question?
How important were those plays? I mean, the barehanded play and the diving catch. Question mark.
Sorry. That's what Auburn softball is. And, we make the good plays and the great plays come along. Playing at Auburn softball, we expect you to make the routine plays and the great plays will come. So that's what our coaches live by. And Vic knew that when she dove for the ball that Tiffany would be right behind her if she didn't catch it. And right when she came up, she said, "Guys, I got that one." So we were so proud of her. And, we're definitely pulling for that number 1 on SC Top 10 right there.
Maddie, Tony Sakalas, Aniston Star. Can you kind of take us through what's going through your head when you're rounding those bases in the 8th?
I wasn't stopping. Coach earlier in the year stopped me on a triple, and I wasn't stopping this time. So.
I wasn't stopping her.
Jason Kersey from SEC Country. Clint, when you took this job 3 years ago, did you have any idea at that time that this level of success would be possible this quickly?
I'm looking for a humble way to answer that question because the answer is yes. The answer is yes. I mean, I believe in the people I work with, if they buy in, which we've proven that they have, and if they work and commit, great things happen. I mean, we still got softball to play, but having the opportunity to play for a national championship is something that we've talked about since we got there. And again, it's them buying in. It's them buying into the hard work and to the commitment of practice and weight room and everything else. Yes.
Jerry Lee Woodley Jr., the College Sports Report. Coach, staying with that topic, what was the one basic thing that you saw when you took the job? Was it recruiting, facility, players that were already there, individual conversations once you got on campus?
No, I can answer that pretty easy. I found a bunch of young women that really wanted to win, and they really wanted to learn. And they were willing to do anything as soon as we got their trust. They would run through a brick wall. I mean, Maddie said it. I mean, she wasn't stopping. She knew she could make a triple. I wasn't stopping her because I already told her she was looking fast. But I mean, again, it is a team game. I mean, you look at what happened. I mean, Kaylee started and finished and won, and we had a little freshman, her first time in a College World Series. I mean, they wanted to win. They still want to win. There's still work that hasn't been completed. And like I said, they're great young women that have a mission.
Carly, you probably had the best view of Vic's catch being at home. Did you think that, I think it was obvious that she was going to lay out for it. That she was going to lay out for it. Did you think, what was going through your mind just watching that play unfold there?
Well, when I saw it go off the bat, I was like, man, this is going to do some damage. I mean, I was kind of thinking, oh no. And then she's like a golden retriever out there. It's ridiculous. Like, you throw a ball, she's like, ball, ball. And then she goes and runs and gets the ball. Would you not agree? So she is just, I swear, she tracks everything down. So to be honest with you, I really wasn't that surprised that she caught it. Because she's just that fast, and she makes me look like a snail. So, no, I had no doubt in my mind that she was going to catch that ball. No way. And then even if she didn't, I mean, Tiff was literally 2 steps behind her, ready to pick it up and throw somebody out. So I think honestly, it was kind of routine for us, because if you saw her at practice, she's doing the same junk at practice, just laying out for things. I'm like, you're going to hurt yourself. But no, she did an awesome job, and from my view, it was really pretty.
To Casey and to Jade, Jessica Burrows has been coming on for Florida State and has been almost unhittable throughout most of the World Series, and you both hit home runs off of her. Jade, I think your home run is still sailing somewhere. I mean, what were you seeing out from Burrows today?
Jade?
To be honest, I was just trying to hit the ball. Corey's behind me saying, stay in my legs, because that's the strongest thing on my body. So, the minute I heard him say that, I was kind of just sink down in a squat and don't use my upper body at all. Just kind of use my legs. And she's a great pitcher. I mean, she faced one of the best teams yesterday, and, I mean, she dominated. So coming in, we know we had to hit and see the ball and kind of just lay off the stuff that she's been getting people out with all year. And I think me and Cooper and the rest of our whole lineup did a great job with that.
Case?
Well, when I got up, Vic and Tiff had both put the ball in play on the first pitch, and the defense made great plays. So unless I was going to do a cardinal sin, a softball, my automatic first pitch was a take. And then my first 2 at-bats, I didn't get my hip square, so my body wasn't completely back to centered. And my goal was to stay a little bit higher. So Jade's goal was to get lower, and mine was to stay a little bit higher on the backside. And it worked out for us. So there's a reason Jessica Burrows is an All-American, and she pitched a great game, and she had a great career.
Kayla, you were out there for Casey's great defensive play, but you weren't for Vic's play. But as a pitcher, what's it like to see your girls going all out for an out?
I mean, it means a lot. It was a dogfight out there, and having them make plays and get our backs all game, that's what we do, and that's what we preach. So it was nice.
Yes, Coach, I wanted to ask about Walter sticking with her in the 7th. I mean, what was the thought process? Because after you give up a 3-run homer like that, momentum shifts. What made you stick with her?
They didn't score anymore. They just made it a little bit more exciting. There was some thoughts that were going on. Corey handles the pitchers. I mean, we talked about that, and I trust him. He had a plan. He knew what he was doing. But again, it just kind of goes back to what we've talked about all along. It's having a plan, going out and staying with your plan, even through adversity, and making things happen, and trusting the people that are out there. Just trusting them. I mean, it's a win or lose situation, and we made the switch the next inning. Kaylee came in, got the 3 outs, we would get the run, and the game's over. But it's the trust and the plan that Corey has.
Wes Signer with AL.com. Kaylee, if you could just talk about your performance today. Obviously kind of a rocky start there, but then coming back in at the end and getting it done.
Well, yeah, like you said, I started off pretty not so good, and then having Matt come in and shut it down, that's kind of key. And then when she struggled, then Rachel came in and shut it down. And then when she struggled, I knew that I had to go in there and fight for them like they fought for me. So I was just going out there and playing for them. And then, of course, our team was getting our back every inning, scoring runs and keeping us in the game. So I was just trying to do that for them.
Carly, you had a big day at bat on this day about a year ago too. The same point in the tournament. Just talk about your home run, which really came at a pretty big time when y'all falling behind.
Basically, I had enough. Being real, I had enough. I mean, I had it was a great team win yesterday, and I had no reason to hang my head yesterday, but personally, being real with myself, that might have been one of the worst offensive days I have had in a while. So I kind of just regrouped, and I was like, you forget this. I'm just going to go up there and get my hacks in, which usually this is about this time last year when I did that last year. So in this time of year, I don't know, I just don't really have much of a choice. So I don't know, I went up there and I knew that from film from last year, I knew that they were going to work me outside because I popped up every pitch outside when we played them at home. So I knew that I just had to stay on top of the ball and keep my palm up like Coach says all the time, and it ended up working out for me today.
3 more.
Coach, Walters retired Alex Powers with the bases loaded two straight innings. What does that say about her character, and how big were those 2 innings?
Again, you're talking about a team full of characters, and I don't mean that as a pun or as anything funny, but they were phenomenal. I mean, the fight and all of them, they never quit. Go out there and do it your best. When you look in the mirror tomorrow, you gotta like what you see is looking back at you, and they did that today. I mean, it's a game in which there's going to be a winner and loser, but if you go out there and give it your best and you train to do that each and every day, that's what they did today. They trained hard and came out on top because the way they played and the way they fought.
Jade, when the coaches came in a couple years ago, I know one of the first things they said to you was that you guys were going to go to the World Series and you guys were going to win a World Series. And I know some of you kind of chuckled and were like, yeah, okay, you Arizona crazies. But now that you're here and you're 2 wins away, has it hit yet? And this whole, reflecting back to that day when they said those words to you guys, has it hit you yet?
It hits me every now and then because I have people come up to me and say that, you only got 3 more days of playing softball in college. And, I go back in my room, shed some tears so no one can see me because I hate crying. So I think last year when we made it is when we all bought in. I mean, the freshmen that came in when he got here, they automatically bought in because that's all they knew. So when I first came here to the College World Series last year is when I really bought in, and now to see that we're actually going and playing 3 more days like we said last year is pretty awesome.
Last question.
Hey, Coach, I know this is still a long way off for them, but just in case, because I don't think we'll get you guys pregame before the World Series final. If it does happen to end up being LSU, your thoughts on the SEC tournament championship game turning into the national championship series, and what are your thoughts on LSU and the job that Beth has done?
Well, I think it would be pretty awesome, personally. I mean, the idea of having an all-SEC World Series championship, we're on record as saying that the SEC is the toughest conference. And we had 4 teams here this year. We had 5 here last year. You always pull for the teams in your conference. So, they know us, we know them. It would be great softball, regardless. I mean, but it would really say a lot about our conference if we could, if LSU can take 2 from Oklahoma.
And the job that Beth has done.
I mean, the whole conference, and Beth is one of many great coaches in here that have really done a magnificent job within the conference, and she has had a great year. And their team has had a great year, and I hope they win tonight.
All right, Coach, ladies, again, congratulations. Thank you. Auburn fate will be decided tonight. They will play Monday or Tuesday. Thanks, Coach.